What's up, guys? It's been a little bit. Life has been busy. Figured I'd give you guys a lesson on a free education. Say, well, what the hell's a free education? It's exactly that. It's pretty simple. Restaurant industry. That is a legitimate free education in people skills. I can say that confidently. Anybody I have met that has been in the restaurant industry at some point has a different set of mannerisms and social skills than those that have not. It is going to bring you out of your comfort zone. You are going to network with multiple people of all walks of life. The amount of people you encounter is endless. You are going to be forced to have difficult conversations. Shutting somebody off at the bar. It's very challenging. Uncle Johnny, Uncle Ronnie or whatever, comes in after softball, a men's softball league, and he starts crushing beers with his buddies, and you got to cut him off. There's going to be some backlash. There's going to be some pushback, and then you're faced with the decision, hey, all right, do you ease up and, go back on your word, or do you stick to your guns and you cut him off? And you will be faced with a lot of difficult conversations, which are in life, right? Hey, your boss, you go into your office for a raise and your boss says no. Well, do you just walk out of the office, or do you sit there and explain why you deserve a raise? Same thing with cutting a female off. A lot of women come in the restaurants and they have too much wine, and hey, it's your job and your license, and the restaurant's license is on the line. You have to cut them off. It's not easy. It's difficult, but you have to do it. And it's little nuances like that about the restaurant world that I think get overlooked. I loved it. I did it for 9 years. And a lot of people look down on you, like, oh, you're a server. Oh, you're a bartender. Oh, you're a server. How can you do that? I couldn't wait. Well, hey, listen, man. It's how I became a real estate agent. I waited on a party, a Keller Williams party, okay? And the team leader did the function. I waited on the function. We kind of hit it off, and he was like, hey, listen, Jeff, what do you do during the day? And, I went into my spiel and whatnot. I don't know, a year later, I weighed the pros and cons. A year later, I was a real estate agent. The amount of doors, I met my girlfriend there. I met multiple people there, all right? The amount of doors working in that industry will open for you is just very understated. And you will make money. You will make cash, depending on which restaurant you go into, whether it be fine dining, fast casual, a breakfast place. It's all going to vary in your income levels. But, if you're kind of stuck in a rut, you don't know what to do, especially if you're struggling, making friends, if you will, man, just start diving into the industry. It will pay you back in ways you didn't think so. You'll learn a lot about food. You'll learn a lot about wine. You will try different foods you didn't think you liked. You will try different wines and beers and martinis and cocktails, if you will, you didn't think you liked, which will also open doors for your palate. Some of the most interesting people I've ever met were real estate agents. This guy I worked with, his name was Lewis. He was a pilot. He spoke like 4 languages. Extremely intelligent man. He just liked being a waiter. And there's nothing wrong with that. And he made a pretty good career for himself. But I think, not to keep beating a dead horse, I think the restaurant industry gets vastly overlooked and frowned upon. Try it. What's the worst that can happen? You quit. You give it a shot. You roll the dice. You work there for a month, 2 months, 6 months, a year. You don't like it, you quit. I've done a lot worse things in my life than ventured into a career in the restaurant industry. And I think more people should do it. I think the layoffs hurt some people. Restaurant industry is hurting right now. There are job opportunities everywhere in that industry. And I think more people should look into it. So all my real estate friends, please comment, like and share. I'm curious to hear your stories. I'm curious to see if working in the restaurant industry opened other doors for you. And if it did, please, share those with me. I'm interested. I have a strange passion for the restaurant industry. I read a lot of books. The Tony Bourdain Medium Raw was outstanding book. Kitchen Confidential, outstanding. You want a book that'll blow your socks off? Read Restaurant Man. I think it was Joe Bastianich. I know I'm butchering his last name. Outstanding book about, his claim to fame, him and Molto Mario, if you will, Mario Batali, and how they came up with Babbo in New York City. Just a phenomenal book. And he dives into the wine industry and the fine dining industry and stuff like that. And I think it's worth a read. I think it's definitely worth a read. So if you got anything from this video, hopefully you did. Jump in. If you have nothing going on in your life and you're bored and you're in between jobs, it cannot hurt to wait a table here and there. So I highly recommend that. Guys, The Frugal Agent, Jeff DeMambro. The podcast will be launched probably next week. It's looking like next week. So if not the week after, my buddy and I, Matt, we just hammered out an episode today. It was pretty successful. We just got to tweak things here and there. So guys, stay tuned. Big things coming.